Dreadlocks, tigers, and choirs, oh my.
Slacktoberfest!
The Walking Dead, Season 7, Episode 2, The Well. I think the biggest question surrounding this episode is, will it live up to the previous episode? Nope, it most certainly does not. That's answered. That's it. That's the whole thing. It's the whole video. Go, leave, get out of here. Okay, so in this episode, we're introduced to the kingdom and King Ezekiel. And in the comic books, this was a very cheesy storyline that they introduced. But in the show, I was hoping they'd ground it a little bit more, because eventually the comics grounded it. The show doesn't even try. Not even slightly. It wasn't even like just the story. Even the way it was filmed was extremely cheesy. And it's really odd, and I'm really disappointed in the director, because this episode was directed by Greg Nicotero, who did the last episode. You know, the big one, the really, really good one that gave me faith in the series again. But I lost most of the faith in the series again because of this episode. The performances in it were really odd. Like, it was a weird environment for these characters to be in, and you could feel that none of them felt right. Most of the acting and story in this episode, it was laughable. It was laughable. I was laughing out loud while watching this episode, which is really, really bad for a show like Walking Dead, especially considering the episode that was previous to this. This episode really jumped the shark for The Walking Dead. Like, they did it. They jumped that shark, and they jumped it hard. I think where I lost it the most was the choir singing a Bob Dylan song. Like, they had a choir in the kingdom that was just singing Bob Dylan, but like not even good. It just felt so weird. Everything felt so weird. Everything felt like it was done by like the B unit of The Walking Dead. Like the people who just get like the stock images. Just felt like they just threw this together. It was just so poorly made. Even when Negan's group is introduced in this episode, it's not even like the best of Negan's group. Like, we don't even get Trevor from Grand Theft Auto in this episode. We get just like the B unit of everything. It felt real bad. Okay, now that I bashed it a bit, I'll talk about like the good things, what little good things there were in this episode. So, the prosthetics were still really amazing. Like, that's one thing that this show gets right, is the prosthetics. Like when they cut that zombie's face in half, like right down the middle, that was really fun. But then, when the tiger's introduced, it's too much. And I will say, I'm glad that they fixed it right away, because when Ezekiel's introduced in the comics, it is kind of a big blow like it is in the show. But eventually, he has this, like, sit-down talk with Michonne, and he's like, hey, I know a bullshitter when I see one. I think we can, like, talk person to person. And he did this with Carol in this episode, and I respected that scene a whole lot, because it finally just, like, alleviated all of the weirdness of the whole episode just by having this conversation between these two characters. I almost feel like it should have happened sooner, or things should have been filmed differently, because it was just too weird when it was weird. After that, things did get a little bit better, but that's not exactly saving the episode. I'm tired of certain episodes just pertaining to one character. I don't like when they do that. Just give us a little bit of everything, because Carol isn't the most interesting character anymore. Granted, I love Morgan. Love him to death. Still love his character. But all the characters surrounding him in this episode were just so weird. I'm going to give Walking Dead The Well a 5.5 out of 10. Hopefully next episode is better. I saw in the previews Negan's back, so that's a good thing that might be happening. Here's hoping things get better for the show. Happy Halloween. Check out our other Slacktoberfest videos, please, and thank you. And as always,
Watch television, my friend.